it kind of goes places that maybe is a little uncomfortable for some people. Because it's very funny, it's also very tense. Tell us about where did this idea come from? I hope it's not based on something really happened.
It was 1990. No, actually, the first idea for me was to making a movie full of this. I didn't know how, so, but honestly, it was maybe 20 years ago. No, but the thing is, I saw a lot of true press releases online of vigilantes around the globe, I think mostly in Latin America, dressed as Spider-Man. Not Spider-Man, because it's the big city. And they were like chasing pedophiles and torturing them. And I said, wow, that's like, okay, that's like real shit, but in a comedic way, because I was laughing about this, terrible ways. I said, yeah, that's not supposed to laugh about it. So I wanted to do that kind of film that people feel uncomfortable watching sometimes. And also, then I added some layers, like Christmas and stuff, With the movie talks about sex mostly, and how we as society in different levels cope with sex.
Yeah. I mean, the central character, as we got the end of the film there, I was reminded by how you're not really sure if you want to identify with this character because he's not lovable. He's doing some stuff that maybe isn't great, but you do ultimately identify with his situation. It's so awful, and it's horrible. Situation we're trying to get out of this place, this whole situation is so tense. Was that deliberate for your central character to be someone that you would share?
Sketchy guy, but you feel for him. Yeah. I wanted to have someone be with him. Sorry for me, that's the word. Within the two main characters, we have this guy, family guy who chooses poorly and does a bad thing, but if you can relate to it, it's not a very bad thing. He didn't kill anyone, so you feel for him. But also, I wanted to, I can ask you guys are up to, who will you stand for more, for the main character of the villain? Because when I was writing the film, I put these layers on the victim, on the villain, that when I was writing, I said, okay, maybe I will do that too. If my young daughter was abused years ago and I found a pedophile, yeah, maybe it's not correct in society, but fucking, I don't know, maybe I will dress as Spider-Man and chase pedophiles. So that's my purpose on the characters.
Do you want to ask that question?
Oh yeah, no. I dare to do that. I don't know if they want you. Who do you root more for? For the poor guy that just poorly, or the villain? So main character, hands up. Okay, not bad. Villain, hands up. I like it.
Really?
I like it. Yeah.
Wow.
I saw it in a lot of countries, and people, it's like half. I like it.
Okay, great. So tell us about the production of the movie. I mean, how did you get it off the ground? How did you get it financed? I know you've made other films before, but this one in particular, because it's a tricky subject. So was that hard to get people to finance it?
Yeah, actually, when I wrote the movie, I didn't think it was ever. I was never doing it. I wrote it for fun. I was writing and said, okay, I never did it because it's edgy. But actually, when I shot my first film, I was doing the festival tour in Milan, where I shot the movie in last country. I reconnected with a producer there, which is one of my co-producers. And he told me, hey, do you have anything, like you guys in the basement? Yeah. Actually,
So it was the basement, it'd be cheap.
Huh?
We can make this our budget.
Yeah, something cheap, because they have like government grants in Basque Country for under a 500K movie. So you say, okay, if you have something, we can apply. I say, yeah, I have something, but it's touches on sensitive stuff. But actually, in Basque Country, in Catalonia, I'm from Catalan, so I'm from Catalonia. In Catalonia, it was impossible to raise anything, and not an euro, so it's impossible. In Basque Country, they give me the full amount of money because of the subject. And,
Subjects, yeah.
Yeah, because having a priest which declares publicly in a movie a pedophile.
Yeah.
You remember Monty Python with Spanish Inquisition, so yeah, we're still in that era in Spain. So, yeah. But in Basque Country, we got first in line for the government funds. So they gave us a ton of money. But sadly, it was the end of 2019, very COVID times. So COVID came, it was very hard for us to raise all the money we need. So the movie was paralyzed for a year and a half, mostly, in pregnancy. And then we had some more money, and we talked with my colleagues, my producers, and said, we can do it with that amount of money, or we can wait 1 more year, but the money doesn't come. We have to shut it down. I said, I don't know. That's it. We do it.
Fantastic. And what about your cast? I love your cast. Probably actors that maybe not so well known in the UK, I don't know, but great performances.
Yeah, they're actually very well known in Spain.
Yeah, I figured they were.
Yeah, they're very second role great actors, the main character, Adrián Hernández, he actually was casted by first film too. And they very well acting actors, I don't know if it's, it's cool.
Yeah. Respected actors.
Yeah, and it was very easy with them. I only had one issue with one of them, not in the movie, the previous movie, a week before, or 2 of them, the little child. We had, at the end of the movie, the girl that comes in, hey, Dad, I want to play with your friends and whatever. So we had to cast a little child that was absolutely fantastic. And 3 days prior to shooting, the dad calls us and say, hey, she can't do it. Sorry for that. And I said, what happened? And he said, I read the screenplay. Yeah, he didn't read the screenplay before. I said, okay, but the child is not involved in what. Yeah, but the line and the child is far. And then the one with the priest too, because we had what's called what's like a great movie in COVID times doing Netflix. The platform. You know the platform?
Yeah.
The guy is the old guy was supposed to be the priest there. But I had like 10 times a call with him and go, he has to be a priest, Daniel, because not all priests are pedophiles. I said, not the sentence is bad, not all priests are so am I, I said, yeah, but I don't, and I don't remember, 4 or 5 or 6 times. He's a very well. I like him, and we get along. So as actor and director. But the 5th time I say, okay, don't worry, don't do it. And then I cast Pachi. So it was 4 days before shooting.
It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. So in terms of acting, I don't know. I worked with them. They were perfect. They loved the movie. And they loved doing a different kind of movie. Because Alain, which is the main character, the Urdu guy, he always does like action roles, like the hard guy, the macho, Spanish macho man. So being this sensitive role, like being a fucked up guy, he loved that. So
I got a question just from, I'm just curious about it. So that the movie takes place in a kind of cellar space. I don't know if it was that a set or was that in?
No, it was actually an actual cellar. It was an old market that was, actually it doesn't exist exist anymore. We shoot like 2 or 3 weeks prior to destruction, but we use it as a photo studio. You know, so yeah, it was not a natural space. We used it as a studio, but it was an actual natural.
And it looks beautiful. Fantastic show.
I will double you.
And a lot of nice stuff, and that's hard to shoot. How did you go about shooting some of that stuff at the beginning when you're shooting on the streets of the city and stuff? Was that tricky to do?
Not actually, not for me, because the has a different, but it's his first film.
Okay.
First film of the DOP. He just came out, we got the deal, that's why we ended up doing the film without the money we needed. We ended up making a concert with a university school of cinema in Barcelona, Scotland, you know it. It's one of the biggest ones, and they rent us all the equipment, no charge.
Wow.
But you have to take, you know, DOP and.
So it was a student DOP?
Yeah, it was last year,
Yeah.
so it was the best of the class, which I said okay, but I wanted the best of the class. So we made like a casting of DOPs, and Daniel, which is the DOP, we get along, and he's a great guy, so.
But I guess you get that kind of energy and drive and desire to do it.
Yeah, they had that, but they also, because they have a lot of experience. I worked in a lot of films in different roles for the last 25 to 30 years maybe. And I know how to stand up, you know, being in a shooting film is exhausting. Not because of the working, sometimes because of the stopping you have. You have to wait, the waitings, between shots, you're like, and you have to get, you know, active, and he didn't know that, so he always was like very active. And I said, Daniel, just chill out, like 15 minutes, you won't get it again. At the end of every day, he was like, I'm okay. So I was like 45. Yeah.
Do we have any questions?
Was anybody in charge of wrangling all the dildos?
In charge of? Sorry?
Was anybody in charge of wrangling all the dildos?
What's wrong?
What's wrangling?
Oh yeah, he made me. I was like, no, bigger and more. Bigger and more. And they had to do the diesel. That's all the diesel. I had to do it from scratch. They didn't understand. What do you want? It's easy. It's a machine, you know, like a chainsaw. I have it in my hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's put it away when you.
Actually, one of the deals.
Put it away when your parents come.
I put it sometimes where the girlfriends of my son came the first time at home to meet the parents. You know, said, what the fuck is that? Yeah, actually, one of the dildos appeared in my first video club too. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, okay. What's it called?
El Cerro de los Dioses, which is God's Hill internationally.
Say it again?
God's Hill.
Okay. Now let's check it out. Any more questions, guys?
Yeah, we're all familiar with the traditional tale of Jesus being catfished at the time of his birthday. But it seems the kind of story that could have happened any time of the year. So why did you end up with a Christmas?
Okay, originally it wasn't set up in Christmas. When I had the news that we didn't have the money to do the full movie I wanted to do, you know, I was looking for making a horror Christmas for a long time. My first short film is a horror Christmas movie, a comedy horror like this. It's a dinner and things happen. And I was lost, you know, this Gremlins. Gremlins is a great movie. I love Gremlins, you know, it's monsters going and destroying Christmas. And I wanted to destroy Christmas. Actually, all of the score, the Jingle Bells, whatever, is original Jingle carols in Spain from the 70s. It's the original tracks. Yeah, I wanted to destroy that for everyone. You know? Everyone in friends say, fuck you, with that one, the security thing. When they heard me say, fuck you, because I can't take it for my head anymore. That's what I wanted to do. When I was little, I was sensing, say, you know. No, and then when I had to do a rewrite, and it was December, you know, all Barcelona from Barcelona, so all the city lights were the Christmas lights. And I thought, okay, first of all, I love that, you know, the contrast between the happiest days of the year and this happens, you know, underneath. So it's, for me, it's perfect. And also, it's cheaper for lights, art department, you know, to do what's up with Christmas lights, snowman, you know, create a snowman in the basement or whatever. So that's where we do it.
Okay, give Daniel a round of applause. If you don't trust anything else, if you're outside, please come and join us if you want to get a poster signed or have a chat. Thank you.